Welcome back to another episode of I Don't Even Know. This is episode 67, I think. This is your host, Marco, as always. However, this time I'm solo dolo because Pedro is over in Tijuana. Actually very happy for him. He finally decided to go through with it, and he's getting a sex change done in Tijuana. So, everybody listening, you guys, wish him well. I'm glad that he's finally going to feel comfortable in the body that he's in, and really live his life. But anyways, yeah, episode 67, solo dolo. This is weird. People probably listened to the podcast early on. I think the first handful, I want to say like 5, 6 maybe, or maybe a little more episodes were actually just me. So that's how the podcast started. It was kind of like a experiment for myself to, I don't know, get out of my comfort zone and do something, I guess, creative, if you want to call it, or somewhat, I don't know. I guess it's a form of art. Oh, shit. Let me roll the intro. I'm going to try to roll the intro. I'm not that good at editing, so this shit might not even have an intro, or it'll be a fucked up. So we'll figure it out. But anyways, yeah, I did this shit as of like kind of like a, I don't know, an experiment. I was told, maybe be artsy, and I like to say this is a form of art. Talking for usually we talk for about an hour or so. It's actually harder than it seems. A lot of people are like, hey, everybody thinks they can start a podcast. And I'm not saying that our podcast is any fucking good, because obviously based off the views, it's fucking not. But what I'm saying is everybody has the idea to start a podcast, and a lot of people do start a podcast. And I think statistically, most podcasts don't get past, I forgot what it was, like 10 episodes or something like that. We're at 60 something, so that's impressive in itself. Because it is hard to see another motherfucker every single fucking week and just talk about shit, I think you have to have good friendship, I guess, and I don't know, maybe similar views, but also very opposite. I think Pedro and I, we have a very, I think we have similar views, but we see shit from different angles, So, I like to think that's what keeps shit interesting, but, we'll see. So, doing this solo dolo, probably not going to be as long as usual. Again, it's hard to carry a conversation by yourself. I feel a little silly right now talking to myself, but again, first couple episodes were like that, so we'll make it work. But so far this week, man, we forgot to say last week, it was 4th of July, and those who know, here at the I Don't Even Know Studios, man, we love 4th of July. We get hyped over the 4th of July. However, I don't know. This 4th of July felt a little dry. I mean, I enjoyed it. Grilled out, cooked. I don't spend money on fireworks when you can just step outside your house and see it for free. So, that's what I did. And, I don't know. It was a weird 4th of July. I don't know. I want to say maybe the World Cup. World Cup is kind of maybe overshadowing it a little bit. But, again, it's 4th of July. Gotta respect it. United States, 250 years. Interesting 250 years. Again, I love this country. However, very critical of it. And that's the whole point of being an American, I guess, right? Well, not I guess. That's what I believe, right? You love the country. You respect it. But at the same time, you can be critical of it because you're not even being critical about the country. You're being critical about the people that run it. And there's a lot of fuck shit from the people that run it. And again, completely okay in my eyes to criticize it. Even if you like the motherfucker that's running it. Currently, I'm not a big fan of the person that's running it. But let's say there was a dude in there, or a woman, right? Or whatever, running this country, and I like them, I'm still going to be critical of them. Because that's just what it means to be an American. when people sit here and say, well, if you don't like it and you're going to be complaining, leave the country, that doesn't even make sense to me. It's because we love it that we complain. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point. Now, there's a difference between just complaining and then actually doing something about it. You know, you can do something about it by, I think, even just contribute to your community, or even just contributing to the people around you, your circle. I think if everybody did a little bit of that, contribute to your circle, try to be a positive influence on your circle, I think it just grows, and I think most people would agree with that. But again, 250 years of independence. We beat the British. However, something else happened this weekend, and I'm also Mexican, and Mexico played Britain, and we did not beat the British on that end. So, be honest with you, it's Monday. It's the Monday after the fucking game. I woke up hurting, man. I woke up, man. I felt like my girl broke up with me. Like, if I had a girl and she dumped me right now, that's how this shit feels, honestly. It's fucking weird, man. I think, yeah, I mean, this team really won people over. This team is different, man. I was, I've been talking to people about it, and the way I see is, at least as long as I've been alive, a lot of these teams, these Mexican soccer teams that have passed by, like, we expected a lot from these other teams, especially because there's like big names, like there's always been kind of really big, like, names that were established before making it to the World Cup, like, I don't know, man. I feel like other teams, other squads of other years, it's just we expected them to do well. And not that we didn't expect this team to do well. We wanted it to do well, but the reality is a lot of people were talking about this was going to be Mexico's worst team in years, A lot of people complain about some of the younger guys on there. A lot of people talked about how, they're just not developed on a competitive level to take on these guys, on these other teams. A lot of criticism coming on this team. I think there's also, again, a lot of young guys on there still trying to make their career. A lot of people just, I don't know, even, using Quiñones, who, scored the most goals for Mexico. He's got a solid career, but if you really think about it, or at least what I saw, a lot of people didn't know him, I knew him because he was in America, and, my family's and I am, we like America. So that's where I'm Quiñones from. I know he's in Saudi Arabia now, I believe. And, again, I mean, when we talk about, like, worldwide, he's not known. It's not like when, like, Chicharito, was playing. Everybody knew Chicharito. He was making noise over in Europe before he went to Europe. Giovanni Dos Santos, same thing with him. People knew him before he made it up there to Europe. And a couple other names, Vela. Again, other generations, like, these names were in there. They're like, oh shit, like, we got this, like, heavy player on there, and even players who were already in big teams, big price tags on them. They used to play. A lot of these guys, over in Mexico currently, they're comparing it. I completely forgot the numbers, but all these players got price tags on them. I mean, that's how they kind of make it seem, but they're comparing the price of, like, the England team, which is, like, one of the most expensive squads, compared to Mexico. I mean, the numbers were completely lopsided. And, but yeah, man, I feel like this team really gave a lot of, I don't know, there's a saw thing on social media where it was like, with the power of friendship. And it's funny, but it's low-key true. Like, this is a team that just, I don't know, they work well together. They just, there was just a lot of passion the way they play. I think they played with kept it fun in a way, but passionate. Especially dudes like Quinones, um, Jimenez. Man, that kid Mora. That very impressed with that kid, man. That I love to see it. So young and so talented. I love to see what his career is like, man. 17 years old, second youngest person to do it, to play in a World Cup, only next to Pelé, and only by I think it was like 100, 200 days. Um, but yeah, man. When we lost yesterday, it was a good game too. Reflecting back, man, it was a good game. I was sad. We can sit here and I think there was a couple things that I didn't like. I think the referee wasn't the best. A lot of people were saying, I don't know, some people say, oh, he was against Mexico, but I'm not going to go that far, take the L. But I think he could have been better. Even like when we got that, when he gave England the red card or even that penalty we got, it wasn't until they asked to revise it with the VAR, that he saw it. So I don't know. Refereeing was a little weird. I haven't been a fan of Aguirre, the coach too, the head coach, and again he did some questionable things like taking Quinones out in the last like 20 minutes. It's like, man, let him go down with the ship. This dude's been killing it. Let him go down with the ship. Took Mora out. Started putting in a lot of strikers, which I don't know, man. It's on paper it seems like a good idea, and visually it's like, okay, cool. Mexico was shooting a lot towards the goal, but there was no one making plays for real, So I think that's why no third goal happened. It was just throwing shit on the wall and see what stuck, and nothing stuck for that third goal. But taking all that apart again, those little things, you could blame it on there, but at the end of the day, I think England played a good game. It was a really good game. I mean, they played their shit, man. That second goal that England made, Mexico made a mistake to capitalize on it. It's that I think that was a turning point too. That second goal, that shit, I think that really took some air out the wings of Mexico. But eventually, even when they caught up, well, then they got that penalty. Eventually it was 3-2, but yeah, man, it was a good game. Mexico showed out. No complaints, I think. Yeah, it was very motivational, I would say. Very motivational team, very motivational game. Everybody's stock went up, to be honest. There's no one in there that you're like, man, I think they left it all. It was just, I don't know, man. It was just motivational. It was motivational, I would say. Very prideful. It gives you pride to be a Mexican in there. Just how they did it, man. I'm happy. Well, I'm happy now. Oh, sad, but happy. Again, I'm gonna compare it to like a breakup. You're happy that it happened, but you're sad that it's done, right? Same shit here. Happy with everything that happened in this World Cup. Hell of a game. On the last game and every other game. Great moments, great memes. The crowd was great out there. The crowd was great out here in Atlanta. Man, I went to the watch parties and stuff. It was over here at the Brave Stadium. Some in Atlanta. Saw a couple in Atlanta. So yeah, the Mexican came out, the crowd came out, team showed out, man. Again, it's like a breakup. You're happy it happened, but sad that it's over. So that was my weekend. Again, 4th of July and Mexico playing. So pretty funny if you ask me. I guess that sums me up, right? Mexican American. But besides that, man, not much going on. Yeah, I feel like my life's been consumed with freaking the World Cup recently. So it's, I don't know. I haven't really been seeing a lot of other shit. You know, we have our other podcast, Combat Talk, and there wasn't a lot of shit going on for fighting wise too. But yeah, I grilled up some food for going back to 4th of July, man. That shit was funny. I don't know if you guys saw the 4th of July fair that Trump set up. That shit looked fucking depressing, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. It's I was looking at a couple videos of it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This shit does not seem real. This shit is like a simulation. This shit's I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. Strange. That's why I said I don't know. 4th of July felt weird to me this year. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm in my head about it. Like I said, maybe I've been so consumed with the World Cup that I don't know. I wasn't as hyped as 4th of July, but I don't know, man. I looked around, or maybe it just didn't like simmer that long. Like there wasn't a big build up to it either. I think that's the other thing I see. Like a lot of people were onto the World Cup. 4th of July came, boom, celebrate 4th of July. Next day, back to the World Cup. So maybe I don't know though. I know a lot of people had fun out there. I had a little bit of fun, nothing crazy. So, but yeah, going back to that Trump thing, man, that was interesting. It shit doesn't seem real. It seems like a skit. All this shit seems like a skit sometimes when he does stuff. Even what the fuck is he? He called out FIFA for that red card they gave the U.S. player. I don't know. Shit like that again doesn't sit well with me. It's like, come on, man. Like, I doubt Trump is that into fucking soccer. I doubt he fucking cares. It's just another thing. I don't know, the flex, I guess. Like, yeah, I got these powers. I can do this. I don't know. But I guess it did get overturned. Guy doesn't have red card anymore. People claims that they were influenced by no political. But it's like, motherfucker, you're playing in the U.S. It's pretty fucking obvious you probably got influenced. You know? It's like they didn't tell you anything, but I kind of imagine like those scenes in the movie where this guy tells them like, hey, that's my seat. And then the guy like puts his hand on like the guy's shoulder and kind of gives him a little squeeze so he can feel the strength. The guy's like, oh, yeah, sure, you can take it. It's kind of how I felt that they did FIFA. But we'll see. But again, happy 4th of July. God bless. What's that clip? It's like, God bless the troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engines. It's one of my favorite clips, man. That shit got me hyped. Damn, I didn't see no fucking fighter jets this weekend. I'm always looking for some shit like that on 4th of July. I don't know why fighter jets get me hyped too, man. But yeah, so what? We don't got fucking... For a split second, I'm like, so what? We don't got healthcare. We got them bitches, right? And then I snap back into it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Our money's going to war and fighting fucking random countries for no reason. But, hey, what you gonna do, right? It's the U.S., 250 years. Let's see what the next couple years hold for us. Hopefully, a lot of prosperity. I feel like people are kind of real united right now. Again, talking about the World Cup, people seem really united. I wonder if that's going to translate. I wonder if there's going to be a way of, maybe people moving to the States or maybe moving within the country. I wonder. I mean, there's always an influx like that, I mean, even talking about like Atlanta when, like when the Olympics were here, that was a big deal. A lot of people came from other states to Atlanta and it was just the Olympics. So... Well, not just the Olympics. I'm not trying to downplay it, but I'm saying it's crazy how something like sports can drag people into a whole different state, just because I don't know they like the vibe when they came or whatever. So I wonder if that's gonna be similar, because I mean it happens. So I'm interested to see that. I'm always a big fan of seeing like I'm trying to see like the side effects, I call them, of certain things, right? Like certain things that you don't think about, like this that I just mentioned. It's like, okay, okay, people come look at the game. You don't really think like, oh shit, this might bring people into the state, or to the country. So that goes for Mexico too. But yeah, since we're talking 4th of July, um, yeah, and again, 250 years. People are loving ranch when they're coming over here. It's crazy. Imagine you move to a whole different country just because you fucking loved ranch. That's gotta be damn. That ranch hit them Europeans harder than crack in the 80s, homie. But besides that, man, what? Oh shit! You know what I did last week? I watched the Minions. I loved Minions. I fucking loved the Minions, man. I've watched every Despicable Me, every Minions. They're dope. If you know me, one of my guilty pleasures is just watching stupid movies sometimes. Just maybe it's some kid movie or just some movie that isn't that deep. I loved the King Kong and Godzilla franchises. I like some of the older ones, but honestly, I really enjoy the new one because it's just so like out there and so crazy and just, but it's not that deep, It's not that deep, and that's how I feel about the Minions, man. I love those dudes. They're funny. I think the Minions are like one of those movies too where they're not just like it is stupid. It is a stupid kid movie, but there's like stupid kid movies that are, I guess, not stupid because they're meant for kids. They're strictly kids. It's just kid comedy. Silly, goofy, no real substance, right? But then the Minions, I mean, the whole Despicable Me storyline's got a whole, I guess, thing, little girls were adopted, and he was evil, he's good, he's dealing with, like, I don't know, like, was it, like, he's building his little character arc, dealing with who he is he evil, is he a good guy, is he a father, whatever, So I guess that's some substance, but even the jokes, the comedy, like, it's also a little comedy that adults can watch and be like, oh, that shit was funny, Maybe it's like kids don't get it, but on the adult side, you're like, I see what the fuck you guys were doing there. So, that's what I like about the Despicable Me franchises and the Minions. It's just like they do the way they talk, how they're like speaking gibberish but a little bit of Spanish and Italian in there. It's fucking funny to me, man. They're funny. It was a good movie. What I call it, I don't know. Was it my favorite movie with the Minions? Definitely not. I think they could have made a little short for them and not a whole movie about it. But hey, like I said, it's a kids movie. I also find it funny when adults are like going ham on a kids movie that they didn't like. It's like, yeah, buddy, because it wasn't made for you. So I'm not gonna go ham on it. Again, that's why I like watching stupid shit, because it's like I'm not gonna fucking break it down for real, and it really like affect me. Like, man, I don't like how, who cares? It wasn't made for me. I just happen to enjoy it. So really enjoyed it. Really trying to get back into like just watching movies and shit. I feel like it used to be. I used to watch. Well, I watch a lot of movies, but I feel like the streaming kind of fucked me up a little bit, especially these last couple years. I'm like, I just wait for it to get in streaming, and then I wait for it, and then I don't really enjoy it because it's not the same as going to a movie theater. I used to just sometimes when I didn't have shit going on, especially like on a weekend or something. I was like, man, I don't feel like doing shit going out or nothing. Like for real, I would just whatever time it is, I'll see whatever the next movie is playing. Boom. And then whatever the next movie is, regardless of what the fucking movie is, the genre, the whatever, right? I'll go watch it. And funny enough, that's how I saw. Fuck, what's the movie? God damn, how the fuck do I? What the fuck is the movie with Emma Watson and what's his name? There's no way I forgot the name of this movie. And what's his fucking name? Is it Emma Watson? Or is it Emma Stone? No, it's Emma Stone, right? Alright, y'all bear with me here because obviously I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. No, it's Emma Stone. Okay. Emma Watson is the Harry Potter chick. La La Land. Holy fuck, how the fuck did I forget that? That's like one of my favorite movies. But as I was saying, that's how I discovered La La Land. I don't know, man. That CT for real kicking in because I can't believe I forgot the name of that movie. But yeah, La La Land. That's how I saw La La Land. I wasn't doing shit. Got home from work. I was like, man, I don't feel like fucking going out to like turn up or nothing or hanging out with people. Solo dolo, pull up to the movies, whatever next. And the next thing I'm playing was La La Land. I'm gonna be honest with you, I had no idea what the fuck La La Land was about. I didn't even look into it. And as I'm getting there, I'm like, oh, this is a fucking musical. Because the opening scene, it's a musical. I'm like, ah, fuck. Not really a musical guy, you know? No shade to people that are musical people, but I don't want to watch people dance and sing. You know what? Funny enough, I'm not I like music, but I don't know, something about like when someone's, how do I explain this? Like there's like the shows like America's Got Talent, right? And obviously there's a lot of people that go in there to sing. It just, I don't know why it just doesn't really do much for me. And I like music. I like music a lot. But something about your talent being dancing, singing, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not shitting on it either. I'm not shitting on people's parade. It's just something about me that doesn't really move me. But hold up. But if it does move me, I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm not saying I'm fucking the best fucking critic of the world here. I'm just saying when something does move me, I'm like, oh, okay. Like it really resonates with me. So that is really the power of like singing for sure. But I think that's also why like musicals don't do it for me. I'm like, okay, just people fucking singing and dancing. The dancing part I actually enjoy more than singing sometimes on musicals. Even though sometimes the dancing be a little corny. But that's why I'm not big on musicals. That's probably the reason. But like I said, I go in, I watch La La Land, and homie, when I tell you I was bawling my eyes out in there, it was funny because I guess La La Land had been out for a minute when I went, and when I went, it was pretty empty. I think it was completely empty, if I'm being honest with you. I think I might have been the only dude in there. I don't remember seeing anybody because I still remember like that should be an empty, completely empty. So if someone else eventually came in, I don't remember that. But when I first showed up, I'm like, oh, no one's here. Because I remember that because I'm like, oh, damn, this is even, what the fuck am I watching if no one's here? And I go in to watch it. I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, they're dancing, whatever. Okay. And then it just gets going and going, and the story unfolds, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking good. I didn't even mind the dancing and singing. It just felt like, I don't know, maybe this is stupid, but I feel like it didn't overpower the thing, even though it was a musical. I was just so locked in with the storyline and everything. And then I'll be honest with you, if you haven't seen La La Land by now, I don't know what to tell you. Because it's not really a spoil. Fucking the movie's been out for ages. But they get together, and then shit happens. They're all trying to live their life, you know, chase their dreams. And that shit just starts crashing, and they just fall apart, you know. It doesn't work. And you have this little voice in your head, because that's just, right? You want the happy ending. I'm not talking about the one at the massage parlor. I'm talking about, you want the happy ending, right? Where you're like, oh, okay, this is a happy story. We all go home happy, right? And in this fucking movie, it doesn't happen. Oh shit, I got a call from fucking spam. Let me turn off focus mode on this shit. There we go. But as I was saying, this shit doesn't go as planned or as everybody wants it to go. And man, when I tell you, I was bawling my eyes out at the end of that movie. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I haven't really watched that movie in a minute, and I haven't really thought about that movie in a minute. But now I'm thinking about it, I guess it hits a little different right now. Now that I'm saying it out loud, because I'm not gonna. I don't know. I guess I experienced that in a way. And now that I haven't seen it in a long time. I don't think I've seen it since I experienced that in a way. And I'm like, oh fuck. So yeah, I wouldn't know how I would react if I watched it now, if I'm being honest. Just because how it hit back then. Sometimes I was at the fucking movie theater, bro, bawling my eyes out, homie. I'm talking about just sitting there, I'm like, oh bro, no fucking way. Like I'm talking. Again, it was empty. If there was someone in there, my bad. But I'm talking to myself there, like, bro, there's no fucking way this is happening. I'm like talking to the movies, like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And then, if you know, La La Land playlist, come on now. And the fucking theme song, the piano thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. And the ending, and the ending, again, I don't really care if I'm spoiling for someone. The movie's been out for fucking, I don't know, 10 years. The ending, the fact that you want this happy ending, you want this happy, right, ending scene, and it doesn't happen because the story goes a different route. A realistic route, if you really think about it, because, a lot of shit does not work out. No matter how bad you want it, sometimes it just doesn't work out. You just, you guys are chasing your dream. You guys are doing whatever, different lives. And the reality is, should it really be that sad? Because that's 9 times out of 10 what's going to happen. Because it's sad because I guess we live it, and it happens 9 times out of 10, and it hurts those 9 times. And we're chasing for that 1 out of the 10. So maybe that's why it hurts, because it's so common. But should it really hurt to watch a movie like that? Because it is common? I don't know. I guess that's up to you. It's up to me. That's up to up to whoever watches it, right? But like I said, it doesn't end the way you want it to end. But then they do this thing that even play with your fucking heartstrings even more, which is they play a scene as if it would have ended the way, like in a happy way for the 2 main characters, but it's just a dream of what could have happened, and then it snaps you right back to what actually did happen. And man, when I seen that part, that was the part that I was like, oh my god, this movie's a motherfucker, man. Shed a thug tear in that shit. But yeah, that's so. Anyways, that's why I'm trying to get to watch movies again, man. When you watch a movie in a theater, I like to believe that I feel like movie theaters are making a little bit of comeback. Just because, there's been some pretty big movies in the theaters this summer, like Obsession and Backrooms, just independent directors, I guess, and some other shit that has really been getting people moving. So I'm really looking to get back into the theaters. Maybe subscribe to the AMC, whatever that shit is, the rewards program, see if it's worth it, Or that's how stupid I am, you know. I've recently learned that some movie theaters have, like, during the week, like, specials. Like, you get the tickets hella cheap. So I might scope some out, see what days they got that type of stuff going on, and go check out a movie, man. Because theaters are dope, man. I don't know. I don't know how we got so away from it. Well, obviously with streaming, right? And I mean, I guess stuff doesn't do well in theaters. A lot of people want to blame the theaters, and I think I said this because we talk about movies a lot on this podcast too. But a lot of people want to blame the theaters for the price. Because I mean, let's be fucking honest. 2 people go to a theater, and you're getting a drink and a popcorn, plus the 2 drinks. You're spending $50-$60, you know? Imagine you still got to get dinner after that. I mean, yeah. It's enough to be a little like, okay, do I really want to spend $50-$60? But, so a lot of people blame the theaters, but can learn that theaters lose a bunch of revenue on the tickets to the people that make the movies. So they gotta make money somewhere else, and that's on the food. So whose fault is it? Capitalism, I guess. I don't fucking know. But theaters are dope. I'm glad that people are still going to them. I gotta get back on the wave. I haven't been the best on it, but you gotta support your local theater. So that's the type of shit I'm gonna be on. But besides that, man, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I was trying to get to that 30-minute mark by myself. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I went down a little dark hole there with the La La Land thought. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Next week, Pedro will also not be back. Like I said, that surgery is a long procedure, so we'll see how he does. He might come back. He said he's getting the full thing, though. He's not just going for the snip, you know. He's trying to get the full BBL, full everything, you know. Boob implants, facial reconstruction. So Pedro's gonna come back a fatty, and then maybe I can convince him to start an OnlyFans. I can start running it for him. So, and then just exploit him on his OnlyFans. So that's the goal with him. Now that he's going to be a baddie. But cool. Appreciate you guys listening. Again, this is episode 67. Excuse me. Well, I'm sorry ahead of time. The editing is ass on this episode. I haven't edited an episode in probably a year. Usually Pedro's the one that does that. So that's all me. I should be paying more attention to that editing now that I'm looking back at it, because yeah, what the fuck? I fucked up. That's on me. I take full accountability. But I think I got it. I mean, I did it before. How hard could it fucking be, right? But anyways, thank you. And listen to the other pod, Combat Talk. We got a little recap, but hey, we got a big fight this weekend. Big stuff this weekend. So tune into that other podcast. Again, probably will have shitty editing, but who cares? Who cares? It's my shit, right? All right, cool. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one.